We are currently in the biggest CS2 ban wave yet. The ban trackers are popping off, making last month's ban wave look like it was nothing. But this isn't it though, because these aren't just some bans to case farmers who will be back up and running. It looks like Valve implemented some big changes this time around, which has stopped all of their operations for the moment. One of the bigger bot panels has told all of their users to suspend farming, seeing as no matter what bot panel you use, you'll end up with red trust factor. Which, this is just one warning to 7,000 people. Now, not only have these farmers been banned, but now they're not even able to start up farming again with the new Valve changes. Many of the users are now just saying GG, and one of them is saying that it's time to find a new business, seeing as farming won't be an option anymore. So when you look at the actual number of bans, you'll notice they just keep on growing due to Valve's API limit. But yesterday when it started, there is now over 1,300 tracked bans, and today is well over 3,000, close to 4,000 at the moment. On Convars, there was a point where the in-game bans were 25 times higher than the daily average. So not only are these numbers just a fraction of how many people are getting banned, going by just how many players are in the database, you gotta think that many of these accounts have 10, 100, 1,000 accounts all attached to them, which just aren't even being tracked. Which is why numbers like 200,000, 300,000, 500,000, even more are getting thrown around, because there is just simply too many bots to count. Now, when you actually look at every ban so far since CS2 was released, the first biggest spike was in December, but CS2 confirmed that those were just false bans. The next biggest spike was in February, which was the Dota anti-cheat update. So I would say both of these sort of don't count. And then the next biggest spike since the CS2 release is this new ban wave that we're now talking about. Now, I also feel like some people are downplaying the situation, seeing as it's not cheating related, but Valve has straight up halted all of these guys' operations, which have been going on for years now. So if we see something that's very similar to cheating, where the AI is now well trained, and there's a huge ban wave that pauses everything that they're doing, that is essentially what just happened for all these bots. Now, I am sure probably at one point bots will return, eventually once they figure out how to make it work, but this is huge progress that Valve was able to halt what they're doing. Now, once this news broke, a bunch of cases started spiking on the market, but then just continued to start falling afterwards. Now, if case farming actually completely stops for a little bit, it will be interesting what does happen to the case prices, as these farmers were collecting millions off cases before, but now that supply just won't be there. Now, even today was a huge ban wave. Surprisingly, the player count didn't change much. It is down today a few thousand, but it's nothing too crazy and too notable. Valve has now made a series of different steps throughout the past months to stop bots, and now that they're halted completely, hopefully something big is coming to cheaters in the future. As well, very recently, Valve has updated the Steam market history, so you can actually no longer see the other person's account or profile picture. And also, they added the new account lock yesterday. So it looks like Valve is trying to make these changes to stop bots, scams, and hopefully we see changes for cheats coming soon. So now that Valve is handing out red trust factor, it is actually pretty great, because hopefully it means more hacker versus hacker games and just less games where hackers are versing legit players. Of course, we would want them banned, but if the system is now letting them get filtered out and begin to just play against each other, it will at least ruin less legit players' experiences. Right now though, it seems like Valve is cleaning up, so hopefully we can get Season 2 on a clean slate. Are these finally the steps we needed? You guys mentioned your games feel better recently as less cheaters are in them, so hopefully we continue in this direction. The ban numbers are just looking really good right now and really only show a portion of the total players. And if you missed what happened last month, the first ban wave that we saw came towards a few different bot panels, and then a few days later, we saw the VAC Live update, which hit different cheat features, which was the bigger ban wave at the time that many talked about. So hopefully now that we have this bot ban wave, we get the cheating ban wave soon. VAC Live is still working, but only if people use specific features, so at this point they just avoid them altogether. Now, yesterday someone mentioned that it seemed like all of their accounts got hardware ID banned, but really it's just that now Valve has detected all these bots, so they just don't work anymore. Whatever happens next for Counter-Strike, I will keep you updated, so subscribe right now, as it's clear Valve is still taking steps towards cheating, and hopefully more changes are in store throughout June. The leaderboard has all the top players showing, which makes it seem like Season 2 is close and Valve is ready to close down this Season 1 leaderboard. Will this be the next big update to CS2? Or does Valve has something else in store like pets? Subscribe to not miss any CS2 news.